In the final video, and actually, I'm going to send you an email to ask you to watch it first, is my public service announcement. And this is being recorded for my spring second 8-week section, which is Spring B. And so you signed up for this 8-week class, and we're going to cover 10 chapters. And so it's important to me that you're successful. And so one of the things that I've done, and this is fairly new within the last year, me teaching online. I've been teaching online for a while. And so generally I would make the unit due date one due date. And so unit 1, everything would be due: homework, exercises, quizzes, the exams, the discussion, and everything that I would have due. And so what I find has happened is that students got that due date in their mind and they work to complete everything on the due date. So what ends up happening on the due date is students sometimes are taking a quiz on the due date and taking an exam on the due date, maybe finishing up homework. They may even take the day off to finish up everything on the due date. If you were in a face-to-face class, we would complete homework, and then we would do a text review. Let's say that's on Monday, and then your exam would be on Wednesday, giving you at least 2 days to review homework, quizzes, and things like that to get ready for the exam. Because in online classes, students are so due date driven, they don't allow themselves that time. Well, due to the fact that I do want you to be successful, I kind of force you to allow yourself that time. So I have this home page at where our due date is. If you notice, Unit 1 homework and quiz is due April the 11th, and Unit 1 is 4 chapters. So I kind of force you to complete Chapter 1, March the 17th, Chapter 2, the April the 3rd, and Chapter 3 and 4 on April the 10th. And that's completing your exercises and your Dropbox and everything, notes and everything else. And so then I kind of give you, all that is due by the 10th, let's say. Then I give you an extra day to get your homework and quiz done. And then the exam is not due until 2 days after. So you have to meet, well, 1 day in this case, but you have to meet that April the 11th due date for everything. And then that at least gives you a breather to say, okay, now I need to study for my exam. Hopefully at that point your general ledger is done already, but if not, it also gives you the time to do the general ledger, maybe that'll help you do a little bit more review. That also gives me a chance to, if I've had some manual problems on the quiz, it gives me a chance to grade those, and then you can go back and look and see what you missed. That way, that'll get you ready for the exam. So if you notice, Unit 2, Chapters 5 and 6 is due April the 20th, but the exam and the journal ledger is not due to April the 23rd. So I'm kind of forcing you to complete everything, meet that April the 20th due date, and then take a breather, and then get your exam and study. It's so important that you study for the exam. Students get frustrated, because my exams are timed, and you have a lot to do on the exam. You will not have time to check every answer on your exam. You won't have enough time to complete the exam and then go back and check every answer with your textbook and things like that. If you were in a face-to-face class, you would not have time. You would not be able to pull out your book at the end of the exam and then check everything. Hopefully in a face-to-face class, you would have time to go back and look at your exam, your questions, and go over them. But you would not have time to pull your book out and double check everything. In an online class, the reality is you're probably double checking things. And so I'm not trying to put a pressure on you so you can't look up every answer. I'm trying to be reasonable with the time for you to take that test. And if there's something difficult that you really do need to check back with, that you would probably have time to do so. But the time on the test is not going to allow you time to look up every answer. And so just kind of be aware of that in the kind of my format of the online class. And so this is kind of my public service announcement, is that to study for your exams. Prepare for your exams. Don't take that extra 2 days for granted. Thank you. I don't want to go over 5 minutes on this. Thank you.